hope this trial will be on TV. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be. I think this is like so dark and like so fucked up that there's like no shot they record this.
And while the crowd laughs at the time, it's only in hindsight do we realize how disturbing the statement truly was.
I don't know if guys have noticed this, like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, you know, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave. Right. Gotta keep them lit. Right. We need locks on the doors.
Which is why last week.
That's crazy. That's crazy funny. Well, the thing is that like a lot of people, like everybody. That's bro.
September 16th, 2024, P. Diddy was finally arrested at a hotel in Manhattan on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. His lawyers claimed he intended to hand himself in, but wasn't awarded the chance. He also claimed that he had handed over his passport, but it was cleverly worded as he had only handed it over to his lawyer, not the federal government.
Oh, right.
The reason this is important is because he was trying to show that he was not a flight risk, and therefore able to be released on bail. If P. Diddy did try to leave the country, it would turn into a nightmare trying to get it back. However, his lawyer would have discouraged this. Still, it didn't matter because the judge denied his bail. His lawyer then appealed bail on the 18th of September, offering $50 million, which was again denied. And P. Diddy is now facing up to life in prison should he be convicted of a long list of charges.
That's it?
Forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
I feel like that's not even the tip of the iceberg. That's like nothing. Yeah, that's it?
As a team tried to silence many witnesses with bribes. But while his life went from expensive cars and parties with some of the most rich and famous pop stars in mansions and hotels, he's now confined to 4 walls of a prison cell, waking people up to how disturbing this Hollywood industry truly is. It's also known that the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he's currently being detained, is known to be hell on earth. It's the same prison that housed R. Kelly, who faced very similar charges, and Mr. Jeffrey was also a former inmate before he was found dead. Since this...
Uh-oh. Yeah, he did say he was suicide. That's crazy. Wow. Man, not bad.
Second appeal bail was denied. P. Diddy has been put on an S-watch. His lawyers have said that they'll fight this with all they have, as they believe he's innocent. But it's believed that the defense attorneys have an airtight case and are very confident that their investigation findings will secure a guilty verdict. Regardless of the outcome, his career is completely over. He's been exposed for all the vile stuff. And now the truth just seems to keep on unraveling.
This is
all his
nuts.
business colleagues and former friends have done everything they can to distance themselves from him.
Yeah,
it appears that Usher's deleted a bunch of tweets to get some distance. And even though he claims he didn't do this, it does seem very suspicious, and nobody really believes him. But many celebrities are too scared to even speak out against P. Diddy, and some might fear the footage the feds have that could implicate him. It's been reported that Justin Bieber is so shocked by the crimes of P. Diddy that he's unwilling to talk about it. And after all the videos, him and Justin...
Oh, man, bro, this shit is... This is so fucking dark, bro. Like, this is nuts. Yeah, like, this is... What the fuck?
Is back online. It's said that Justin's completely shut down, and you can only imagine some awful things have happened behind the scenes that we'll never truly know about. Justin, who once looked up to and admired the music mogul, now regrets collaborating with P. Diddy on his latest album, and there's probably way more to it than just that. More information has also been leaked about how P. Diddy funded Bad Boy Records by drugging his guests with food and drinks.
The thing is, though, like, what I bet probably happened, like, this is what I think probably happened, because this seems like what he did with his kids, is that he probably groomed Justin into doing bad shit too, and has him on recording and doing that bad shit. But he probably groomed him into that even as he was a teenager. That's what I bet probably happened. Usher too, yeah. I mean, you're gonna do it to your own kids. You of course you do it to somebody else, or did something to him. No, I think both. I think, like, whether P. Diddy did something to him or not, like, that's a foregone, like, we know that happened. For sure that happened. Not for sure, but, like, 99% sure. Exactly, using the victims against other victims? Yeah, exactly. That way use it, like, turn the victims into your accomplices so they could never rat you out. And like, what do you think the odds are that he does that? I'd say 100%. Absolutely. This dude's a psycho. Absolutely, he would do that. Do you think Diddy was taught this, or is he just a solo act? It's impossible to know. I don't know. P. Diddy was probably, yeah, maybe he was also a victim, like at the beginning. Yeah, exactly, right? I don't know.
Running orgies to blackmail the elite's high-profile guests, Castle Black made the claim and said he had been waiting to come out with the truth about his knowledge of the matter.
His name is Castle Black.
This entire scandal should really highlight how disturbing the celebrity world really is, how there's power brokers pulling strings behind the scenes, controlling everyone in the industry, and if you don't fall in line, you can easily be blackmailed, which makes it so that it's almost impossible to know what's really going on. But with more clues like this, people are starting to wake up to how truly awful the celebrity industry truly is.
This is insane, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, this shit is outrageous. Seems very plausible. Yeah, like, what the fuck? I'll link y'all the video. Like, this shit, like, yeah, give it a like. Like, this is fucking insane, man. Like, yeah. We need the names? No, they're gonna put out a lot of names. I guarantee you they're gonna put out names for this. This video is soft, and no, this video was from a bit ago. Yeah, and now it's getting even worse. It's like every day this shit gets worse. That creepy video of him with a teenager is worse, it'll give you shivers. Like, this dude is, like, I don't even know what to say.
We're gonna put you with a foster mom called Laura. You're gonna love her.
Let me see if I can show y'all. This is unreal.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing new sexual assault allegations. A lawyer representing 120 accusers says the artist committed numerous sexual acts.
Multi-bossing.
Dating back more than 20 years. ABC's Andrew Dimpert has the details.
This morning, Sean Diddy Combs faces a slew of new allegations. 120 new alleged victims coming.
Again.
Diddy Combs faces a slew of new allegations. 120 new alleged victims.
New. So this means additional. This is not 120 total victims. This is 120 new victims on top of the existing victims.
Coming forward with plans to sue, claiming Combs sexually assaulted or abused them.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world.
The alleged assaults spanned 3 decades, with the alleged victims ranging from men and women who claimed they were drugged during Combs' parties to a 9-year-old who claims Combs assaulted him in a music studio.
We talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred. It's shocking. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts.
The new accusation.
For context, Bill Cosby was only like 40 victims, right? It was like 40-something women that came forward about Bill Cosby? Yeah, right? Or something like that. I was like, yeah, it was only 40. So, O.J. Simpson was 20, yes. So you think about with this guy, he is like half nearly the age of Bill Cosby. With at least more than 3 times more victims. Think about that. That's insane. Crazy.
Allegations have not been
It's a
fully
demon.
vetted. The lawyer
Yes.
expecting to file the lawsuits says victims will remain anonymous whenever legally possible.
Obviously.
The claims come on the heels of a dozen other civil suits and a federal criminal case against Combs that alleges a decades-long pattern of physical and sexual violence.
Oh my
Conduct
God.
at issue spans from the years 1991 all the way to this year, 2024. The only reason many of these people are coming forward because they see other victims.
Yeah, sure. That's always what happens.
It gives them some comfort that, hey, I won't be the only one.
Yeah.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. In the wake of these new allegations, his attorney says Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he sexually abused anyone, including minors.
Oh my fucking God. This is insane. And the thing is, like any reasonable person would realize, like, obviously, it's not like this is going to be it, right? It's not like, oh, well, now there's not going to be any more of these. Justin Bieber's 48 hours with Diddy. Yeah, this is fucking brutal. This is, bro, this is so fucking dark. This is a Justin Bieber video on his main channel from 14 years ago. Oh my God. I'll look at a little bit of this. I don't want to go through everything, obviously, so it's a long one. Bro, the top comment, Judgment Day for the entertainment industry.
My name is Tony Busby. I'm a lawyer here in Houston. I'm licensed in Texas and in New York. And I'll introduce other members of our team as they speak. As many of you know, our law firm has been at the forefront of some of the most important litigation in the United States. We like the tough cases. We thrive in the complicated cases. We've handled over the last 25 years some very active people and many entities involved.
Wait.
The conduct we will describe today occurred over more than 20 years. There are many people and many entities involved.
Okay.
And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will
If he does that, this is going to be like a Hollywood entertainment industry rapture. The fucking Purge. Yeah. It's so crazy. It's like one of those things where it's like the probability of this like it's there, right? It could happen. But it's so insane to imagine, because think about all the people that have made offhanded comments about this, and now people are retroactively looking back and being like, hey, wait, what the fuck, right? Like the Ain't No Party, like a Diddy party, Leonardo DiCaprio stuff, you know, Jay-Z, yeah, exactly, like Usher, Pink, right, deleting all their tweets, LeBron James, yep, there you go. The Hollywood Holocaust, I mean, I actually think that this could be probably the biggest scandal that could ever happen to Hollywood if these names are released. This could be probably the biggest entertainment industry scandal that probably has ever and maybe even will ever happen. Ideally, this is what happens. We need this culling. Yeah. Bigger than Epstein? Yes. Way bigger than Epstein. Who went down for Epstein? The guy killed himself, right? And then, like, that other woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, went to jail or some shit? Like, who cares? They didn't bring down hardly anybody else besides him. Yeah, like, that's a huge difference. I'm afraid he'll end up committing suicide? That's the thing.
expose the enablers who enable this conduct behind closed doors.
Oh my God.
We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates.
Yep. Epstein was for politicians. Diddy was for celebrities. Yeah, true. Where it's like celebrities are powerful, but they're not Bill Clinton, right? And so I could see this easily happen to them. Yeah, they could be done. Not lawmakers. Yeah,
These brave
they don't make the
who
rules.
step forward deserve nothing less. The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming
3,285. So these 120 are just the cream of the crop? Like, and these are just the ones that have contacted you?
people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court.
So, if they're representing 120 individuals, let's read in between the lines here. That means that they've found that 120 of these people have enough information and enough evidence to where they have a viable case. Which I would also probably assume is the minority of people. Like, I would logically assume that most people would not have enough evidence to prosecute for something like this, especially because it spans, you know, like 30 years.
Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
I hate to say it, but I'll believe it when I see it. After Epstein, after Harvey Weinstein, I'll believe it when I see it.
Welcome to more bright lights, more Nashville nights, more Motor City speed, more passion unleashed, and for the first time, only on Prime. Welcome to NASCAR.
Could this be you?
Working as a corrections officer is more than a job.
It's a career. New officers start at $22.37 per hour and receive a $5,000 hiring incentive. This
could be you.
And you should know, to the extent the clients feel comfortable, we also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. Now, before we discuss the nature of the claims and claimants themselves, let me comment on the large volume of calls we have received since our first announcement.
Yeah, this is 3,000.
Even before the indictment of Sean Combs, we had received a small volume of calls and had screened a handful of cases. After the indictment of Sean Combs and the announcement that we were pursuing these claims, the floodgates opened.
This is something that's extremely common for a lot of people that are sexual abusers and bad actors inside of different spaces, is that when a person gets prosecuted or they get criminally tried for any sort of sexual bad behavior, the average is that a person who actually gets held accountable for bad sexual behavior has already had 5 prior victims that they were not held accountable for. So that's why, that's the reason, and this is a studied phenomenon. And I think this is true, like, obviously with, like, celebrities because they're very powerful. But what I'm saying is that it's true even at, like, an individual private citizen level. It's extremely common.
People who wouldn't otherwise, for a variety of reasons.
And that's why, by the way, you see when one person speaks out, a bunch of other people speak out too. And, like, to me, that's one of the big indicators whether I believe the, like, veracity of, like, an accusation. Is, like, I generally, like, you know, one person accuses somebody of something, it's like, okay, right, I'm not sure what happened. But, like, 3 or 4 or 10 people, or let's say, I don't know, 3,285 people come out and they say the same thing. or like they all say the same thing about this one person. It's like, come on. At what point, right?
Are now stepping forward to make their voices heard and to pursue justice. But no, most of these people are scared.
Yeah, of course.
They fear backlash in their communities. They fear backlash in their own families. They are afraid of retaliation from the perpetrators and their associates.
Yep.
They are rightly afraid for their own personal safety. I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed.
We gotta protect this man. Yeah. I just, like, Diddy's gonna die. So, I don't think that's going to happen because it won't change the outcome. The difference between Diddy and Epstein is that a bunch of other people have these videos. With Epstein, nobody else had this information because it was so locked down. Like, Epstein, you gotta keep in mind, was flying out, like, former presidents, like, you know, CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies. Like, the level of control that they had was, like, way higher than Diddy. Like, you gotta keep in mind, like, Epstein was, like several measures of power more powerful than Diddy. Like, I mean, this guy was friends with Bill Clinton. It's like close.
Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against. And it is always the case in situations like this when a celebrity is involved. People can be downright mean and nasty.
I bet they can.
You'd be shocked at the length fans will go, no matter the evidence, to the contrary, to defend celebrities they love.
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Word fans or fanatics.
That's clever.
I've personally already been threatened multiple times on social media.
I bet.
When I agreed to pursue this, I expected as much. This isn't my first rodeo. But victims who step forward to have their voices heard should not be subjected to that kind of conduct. They should not be targeted. I want to say this, and I want to be clear about it. Although we are vetting each call as stringently as we can, I always start with the mindset that I believe victims. I believe victims. Because I understand the tremendous courage it takes to step forward. So if you're watching this, please hear me. If you're out there and you have been victimized, you are not alone. There is a great strength in numbers.
Yeah, that's what happens with a lot of people.
You can obtain justice.